All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ohio Controlled Environment Agriculture Center, OHCEAC. I'm Cherry Kubota, the director of the new center focusing on controlled environment agriculture and then also protected cultivation. It is my pleasure to have you all together to share the exciting kickoff for the center. Now, I'd like to have a few words from Dr. Gary Pezynski, our Associate Dean for Research and Graduate Education. He's also Director of Ohio Agriculture Experiment Station at the College of Food, Agricultural, Environmental Sciences at the Ohio State University. Dr. Pezynski was planning to attend, hoping to attend, but he couldn't attend today. So he gave us a recording of his greeting.
On behalf of the College of Food, Agricultural, and Environmental Sciences, I want to welcome you to the kickoff event for the new Ohio Controlled Environment Agriculture Center. I regret that I cannot be with you in person today, but some unexpected family issues developed that require my presence elsewhere. We are excited about the future of the Ohio Controlled Environment Agriculture Center. Controlled environment agriculture is increasing in importance as an integral component of the food supply chain and in the landscape and nursery industry. Ohio is a leading state with regard to controlled environment agriculture, with the greenhouse area used for vegetable and herb production increasing substantially in the past decade, as just one example. As part of our commitment and contributions to the resources available to the center, we recently broke ground on the Controlled Environment Food Production Research Complex, which will add new capabilities for teaching, research, and extension under production conditions identical to those used by commercial growers, as well as adding much needed capacity for traditional greenhouse studies. Further, when we recently lost some of our hoop house capacity due to other campus construction, we quickly moved to replace that in order to ensure continuity of activities. We are committed to the entire spectrum of controlled environment production methods, supporting teaching, research, and extension. In total, the College of Food, Agriculture, and Environmental Science is positioned to be a world leader in controlled environment agriculture with our world-renowned faculty, strong support of stakeholders, institutional commitment, and current and future facilities. The Ohio Controlled Environment Agriculture Center will be a unique asset to the industry with impacts both within and outside of Ohio, with no similar organizations within the United States. In particular, there will be numerous ways that our stakeholders can interact and have input on research, outreach, and workforce development. We look forward to developing this partnership. I thank Dr. Cherry Kubota for her leadership in developing the center proposal and have great confidence in her abilities to chart the future of activities. Thank you for your participation today. Feel free to reach out to Dr. Kubota or myself afterwards with questions or for further discussion.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pezynski. I really appreciate your kind words and encouragement celebrating this center. Again, welcome you, those who just joined in. This is the kickoff. I really appreciate your time to join us. So at this time, I'd like to explain a bit more about our new center, OHCEAC, Ohio Controlled Environment Agriculture Center. First, let me explain some background of OHCEAC. Ohio greenhouse industry and OSU have very strong research extension programs and have been very well recognized. In fact, some of the outstanding research outcome was all the way back from 70s and 80s, focusing on heat conservation or protected cultivation and in production systems. But most recently, as you can see in this chart, Ohio has experienced a fast growth of industry sector. You can see that over the multiple crops during the time of 2012 and 2017, average of 15% increase in terms of acreage. And then if you look at some of the crops such as tomato, or planting materials, propagation materials, the increase is 30% for that propagation materials, and then amazingly more than 5 times in greenhouse tomatoes. And that is translated as the fastest growth in terms of state Ohio experienced about 3 times increase of acreage for vegetables and herbs, and that is much bigger than other states which historically have very strong CEA industry. Now, what OHCEAC, Ohio Controlled Environment Agriculture Center, is unique about is, unique about is that we are truly integrative, interdisciplinary, and inclusive team conducting collaborative research to respond to CEA stakeholder needs. I mean integrated because we cover research as the major function for this center, and then also extension and education. Extension education through research activities, very important function of university. And then also interdisciplinary because we cover many different areas, including plant science, horticulture, entomology, plant pathology, engineering, and economics. We consider inclusive because we cover many different crop systems and then also crop species, including floriculture species, ornamental species, and edible plant species. And we have great access to the upcoming new facility called CEFPRC, which is Controlled Environment Food Production Research Complex. And then together, we wish to be a world-leading center or world-class center, and then a hub for CEA research, teaching, and extension. So some of the pictures showing our capacity, engineering study, plant pathology, entomology, technology development, such as hydroponics or LED supplemental lighting. And then also we are covering multiple different production systems at very different scales, small scale to large scale, indoor, outdoor, soil-based, soilless. So it's very broad sense of controlled environment agriculture. So our missions, we want to discover, develop, and deploy science-based knowledge to stakeholders, CEA stakeholders. We want to solve highly complex problems because CEA is really very complex systems, and problems limiting sustainable development of CEA, we want to solve by integrating research education and innovative outreach program. We want to educate next generation CEA scientists and professionals through comprehensive and relevant programs. Educating next generation is very important in any agricultural area, but we see that importance because of the uniqueness of CEA. You have to understand multidisciplinary areas. We want to communicate with our peers, stakeholders, and public to enhance understanding to the understanding of the technology. So at this time, I would like to take you to actually virtual tour to this new facility. So the College of Food, Agricultural, Environmental Sciences is investing on this facility. And we just did a groundbreaking a month ago. And then we are expecting to start construction this month. And then this facility will be available for research in controlled environment agriculture or any of the agriculture faculties research starting likely next year, 2022. So let me take you to the virtual tour running this video for you. This research facility, currently named as Controlled Environment Food Production Research Complex, is the first of its kind in U.S. higher education. The Ohio State University has a strong and complete cohort of faculty expertise relevant to CEA or Controlled Environment Agriculture. This will be a great opportunity for collaborations, innovations, and education for talented students through research activities.
The facility will become a home of the Ohio Controlled Environment Agriculture Center, OHCEAC, for various collaborations to respond our stakeholders' need. One of the most exciting features of new greenhouse complex is that in addition to state-of-the-art research greenhouse spaces, there will be a large sections of greenhouse complex designed using controlled environment technologies relevant to our industry. This facility will support R&D for various technologies. For example, climate control strategies, new integrated pest and disease management strategies, irrigation, crop management, selecting or developing new greenhouse crops for human health, as well as advanced technology development such as automation, remote sensing, and artificial intelligence. You can already tell how excited we are to be able to have this important facility for the College of Food, Agriculture, Environmental Sciences, and then also for the university. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity to introduce the facility to you.
All right, quite exciting, isn't it? Thank you very much for those who put together the video for us. So I'd like to remind, if you are OSU faculty, there is a faculty forum coming up on February 4th, Thursday at 2 p.m. to talk about this facility. It's a great opportunity to hear your voice about the usage and expectation. So I want to emphasize, this is a great moment for us, Ohio State, to join the community of CEA research. I want to emphasize that there are already leading institutions worldwide doing this research. And then actually increase of CEA industries, not just United States, but North American countries, as well as worldwide. So now I'd like to introduce messages from distinguished leaders of world-renowned programs focusing on controlled environment agriculture. The first one is from State of New York, Cornell University. As some of you may know, Cornell University has a long history of working on controlled environment agriculture, making a lot of impact in the industry. So I'd like to welcome Dr. Neil Matson, who is the director of the Controlled Environment Agriculture Program, giving us a few words for this new center of CEA. And then the next person after Neil is going to be Dr. Mura Kachira, the director of Controlled Environment Agriculture Center at the University of Arizona, Tucson, Arizona. OHCEAC has about 20 years of history, uniquely located in semi-arid climate conditions. And then we hope to collaborate more with their team also. And then the third person I'd like to show you in a minute is Dr. Leo Marcelis from Wageningen University in the Netherlands. Wageningen University, as you may know, is a huge university having many PhD and faculty members working on controlled environment agriculture and other technologies. So it's really nice to have him and then his words about our center. And then the following Dr. Leo Marcelis, I would like to have greeting from Eri Hayashi from Japan. Japan Plant Factory Association, which is a non-profit organization focusing on controlled environment greenhouse crop production and also vertical farm warehouse type of production. Eddie is doing an international program. She's a vice president, and then excellent training program every year. And then I could participate last year also. So let's hear their messages. It's all pre-recorded. So here you go.
Good day. My name is Neil Matson, and I'm an associate professor in plant science at Cornell University. I'm the director of Cornell University's Controlled Environment Agriculture Program. Our program works to optimize CEA crop production in northern climates, especially in reducing energy use, developing new crops, and understanding CEA crops and how they fit in the US food system. We also have a major research effort related to reducing energy use in lighting, which we call GLAZE, or Greenhouse Lighting and Systems Engineering. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate everyone at Ohio State on the kickoff for the Ohio CEA Center. This is a huge milestone, and I know that this has been a long time coming. There's a large growing CEA industry in Ohio in vegetable production over the last several years, and this complements an already very strong nationally floriculture industry. I expect that the research and work that's going to come out of the Ohio CEA Center is going to expand the use of CEA crops both in Ohio, the US, and the world, and it's going to expand the profitability of those crops, and it's going to be training the next generation of workers. With that, I'd like to thank you on your achievements with your kickoff today, and I look forward to many future collaborations to come.
Hi, my name is Murat Kasira, and I'm the Director of Controlled Environment Agriculture Center at the University of Arizona, the OHCEAC. With over 20 years of CEA programs, alumni, and industry network, the University of Arizona CEAC is a multidisciplinary research, education, outreach, and an extension program focusing on innovative technologies for generation of food, bioenergy, and bioproducts. Transformative research, innovative and experiential learning-based education with state-of-the-art facilities relevant for commercial operations are critical and continuing need. Today, we celebrate joining of another important program and new complex that will play a significant role to help advancing CEA education and research. On behalf of everyone at the University of Arizona CEAC, it is a great honor for me to congratulate my colleague Dr. Cherry Kubota and her team on the marvelous achievement with the inauguration of the Ohio CEAC and the new research complex. We share your excitement, celebrate your achievement, and look forward to our continued collaborations to support CEA research, education, and to respond to the needs of our diverse stakeholders. Congratulations, and wishing you a happy new year.
Hello, my name is Leo Marcelis. I'm a professor of horticulture and product physiology at Wageningen University, the Netherlands. We focus on research and education of sustainable production of high-quality crops in controlled environments like greenhouses and vertical farms. At the moment, many new innovations are taking place in controlled environment agriculture. Think of the LED lighting, the application of novel sensors, the autonomous control of the production process, or the zero emission of nutrients when growing on hydroponics. This all requires a multidisciplinary approach. And the research complex at Ohio State University is perfectly fit for such type of research. Here they can do high-quality scientific research, which at the same time can impact the horticultural industry. I congratulate Ohio State University with the realization of this excellent center, and I wish them a lot of success.
Hello, I'm Eri Hayashi, Vice President of Japan Plant Factory Association, JPFA. JPFA is a nonprofit organization with a mission to develop and introduce sustainable plant factory or CES system with a collaboration with academia and industry. Well, I was really excited to hear this great news from Professor Cherry Kubota, a wonderful researcher that I deeply respect. Congratulations on the opening of Ohio Controlled Environmental Agriculture Center. It's a sign of hope in this new year, especially under this COVID-19 situation. I really believe that this center will contribute to academic and business advancement of the global sector, especially by developing and deploying science-based knowledge, and also by educating next generation scientists and professionals. Well, since we have mutual interest, we hope to actively collaborate. We wish you all the best in this exciting journey, and I hope to visit you soon and see you all. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone who gave nice greetings to us. So now moving on to the program, I would like to introduce our members of OHCEAC. So OHCEAC covers multiple areas relevant to CEA, and currently we have 17 inaugural members. But membership is available for any other faculty member, and then also anyone in Ohio who wanted to share the missions with us. But those are the inaugural members I'm introducing. Horticulture systems and science area, horticultural economics, plant pathology, entomology, food safety, and engineering. So let's start with horticulture system science. There are 7 members in this area. And then I think 7 members are going to show up momentarily in the videos. But I go one by one. All right. So the first one is actually myself. Cherry Kubota is a professor at Department of Horticulture and Crop Science. Her research mission is to serve in the development of science and technology in the area of controlled environment agriculture. Her projects are in interdisciplinary area that encompass plant physiology and horticultural engineering to enhance understanding and efficiency of CEA plant production systems, such as greenhouses, warehouses, vertical farms, and growth chambers. Her research actually started with growth chambers working on plant propagation technologies. Cherry's research and extension contributions include greenhouse strawberry production, LED lighting application, and low temperature storage of high quality transplants such as grafted plants. She will serve as an inaugural director of OHCEAC for the next 2 years. All right, next in my list is Dr. Michelle Jones. Michelle Jones is a professor in Department of Horticulture. By the way, Michelle could not participate today for a family need, so she is just sending us the spirit. Michelle is a professor in Department of Horticulture and Crop Science and current DC Kiplinger Floriculture Endowed Chair. Michelle graduated from Iowa State University with a bachelor degree in agricultural biochemistry and a PhD from Purdue University in horticulture. Her research and extension programs focus on using beneficial bacteria to improve plant growth and stress tolerance in production greenhouses. This beneficial microbial bacteria research is quite exciting, and then I hope you have opportunities to hear her research and then relevant research groups. Right, next in my list is Matt Kleinhans, Dr. Matt Kleinhans. He earned his PhD in horticulture at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. And then Matt has held extension research positions with the University of Maine and then also Ohio State. Ohio State position was since 1998. Matt approaches his mission of serving a trustworthy and effective resource for stakeholders by identifying their needs, completing applied research addressing the needs, and building stakeholder capacity to employ research-based information in decision-making. He is very much stakeholder-driven. It's wonderful, wonderful scientist. And then his research and extension focus on vegetable production systems under semi-controlled environment, including high tunnels, season extension systems. Wonderful colleague, Matt. Nice to have you. Next one, Mark Krogo. Mark Krogo is a lecturer and then also technologist in the Department of Horticulture Crop Science at the Ohio State. He graduated from Ohio State and bachelor degree and master degree, both from horticulture department. And then worked in both commercial ornamental horticulture industry, leading their micropropagation programs. And then also he joined in academia and then doing applied academic research on greenhouse production, hydroponic production of food and vegetables, transplant production, and then also ornamental crops. The next person is Dr. Uttara Samarakun. Uttara is an assistant professor at the Ohio State Agricultural Technical Institute, ATI. If you're not familiar with Ohio State, we have a wonderful 2-year associate degree program within our college. That is very unique, but we see that workforce development and associate degree education is very, very important. Uttara is academic coordinator of greenhouse and nursery management program. And then Uttara also does a lot of good research focusing on developing sustainable crop production technology for both ornamental crops and hydroponic vegetable crops under controlled environment. Current research includes developing sustainable production techniques for hydroponic food crop production through nutrient optimization, pH-EC adjustment, optimizing all these parameters, sustainable substrate selection, sustainable substrate selection, and then diversification of hydroponic crops. Uttara is also very active in workforce development, which is very important, and organizes an annual workshop for K-12 teachers to provide training in greenhouse management, which integrates CEA into the school curriculum. Very important area she is doing. All right, so the next person in horticulture science area, Jennifer Bolt. She is actually a USDA ARS research horticulturist. We have few members from USDA because they are located in Ohio, and then a lot of collaboration going on already with Ohio State. Jennifer, again, is a research horticulturist of USDA ARS, Application Technology Research Unit, ATRU. She's based in Toledo, Ohio, and Jennifer's research focuses on managing the growing environment and plant nutrition to improve crop production in controlled environments. This encompasses both ornamentals and edibles produced primarily in greenhouse and other controlled environment facilities, such as indoor farming. Additionally, Jennifer focuses on role of silicon in managing abiotic and biotic stresses and developing silicon application strategies for growers. This is a quite unique study I'm so excited about to use for various crops growing in controlled environment, silicon application. Now, the next person is Dr. James Oatland. James is a research horticulturist and research leader for the USDA ARS, Application Technology Research Unit. He's located in Worcester. Originally, the role of ATRU, that unit, has for the development of new pesticides application technologies, but uniquely, the focus has shifted to developing CEA technologies. I think responding to the CEA industry increase nationwide. While leading a team of 10 scientists in various aspects of CEA, from entomology, plant pathology, engineering, and horticulture, James' expertise encompasses the development of substrate technologies for containerized plant production. So soilless plant production, soilless crop production is huge increase in nation, and then his expertise in understanding substrate in chemistry level and the physics level, it's very, very important. He's collaborating a lot with OSU faculty members, and then the focus has recently evolved into the microbial community analysis of container substrates. All right. So now next group, or actually one person, classified in horticultural economics, I'd like to introduce Dr. Gil Signorini. There you go. I think he's going to show up in a moment in the video. There you go. All right. So the Dr. Gil Signorini is assistant professor at the Department of Horticulture Crop Science. Gil conducts research and extension outreach in production management and marketing of specialty crops. Before joining the Ohio State University in August 2020, so just last year, he's a new member. Gil worked in the private sector as marketing coordinator for a multinational ag input company. And then in 2015, Gil also held an agribusiness consultant position where he performed in strategic management projects. His interests lie in production management of specialty crops and ag-food value chain management. Gil graduated in agronomic engineering 2008 from University of São Paulo, Brazil, and then obtained master degrees and PhD degrees, master and PhD degrees in agriculture economics from Michigan State University. Welcome, Gil. Nice to have you. All right, so the next area is plant pathology and integrated pest and disease management. We have 4 members in this area. Actually, plant pathology group have very strong program focusing on CEA. So I'm so happy to introduce them. First, Dr. Sally Miller. Dr. Sally Miller is the distinguished professor of food, agricultural, environmental sciences in plant pathology at the Ohio State University in Worcester campus. Sally's research is focused on the development of sustainable disease management strategies for conventional and organic vegetable crops in open field and controlled environment production systems. Sally maintains an active plant disease diagnostic lab in Worcester and provides disease management advice to growers, extension educators, and other agricultural professionals, including us. Sally has been very active in long-term international agricultural development projects, focusing on food security and safety in countries like South and Southeast Asia, Ukraine, West and East Africa, Central America. Wonderful, wonderful professor. Thank you for being part of this. Next person, Dr. Francesca Hand. She is associate professor and state extension specialist for ornamentals pathology in the Department of Plant Pathology. Her mission in research and extension is to support green industry stakeholders, huge industry, green industry stakeholders by studying the etiology and epidemiology of plant disease affecting greenhouse and nursery crops to provide research-based recommendations for effective disease management. Her knowledge base is just amazing. So thank you, Francesca, to be with us. All right, the next person, Dr. Christopher Taylor. Chris is associate professor at the Department of Plant Pathology, also located in Worcester campus. Chris received his bachelor degree in biochemistry at Penn State and PhD in genetics from North Carolina State University. Chris has a wide range of experiences, having worked in a company, Monsanto, in 2 sections, potato research unit and disease control group, and then moved on to another company, if I pronounce right, Acadix, in San Diego, and then joined Donald Danforth Plant Science Center, St. Louis, Missouri, before joining Ohio State. It was 2009. And then he established Root Biotic Interaction Laboratory in Worcester, Ohio State. Chris's research focuses on the basic and applied biology of plant biotic interactions with an emphasis on how plant interacting organisms interact with plant roots. These organisms include nitrogen fixing, rhizospheric bacteria, fungi or mycete, and plant parasitic nematodes. His particular interest is how microorganisms influence developmental, physiological, biochemical changes within the plant root that impact plant health, reduce the incidence of disease, and improve yield. Very unique, interesting research going on in his lab. Now, Dr. Melanie Louise Ivy. Melanie is assistant professor in the Department of Plant Pathology, Ohio State University, Worcester. She's specialized in food crop disease. Melanie's research focus on development and integration of economical and sustainable practices to reduce plant disease in small fruit, tree fruit, and hops. Melanie has conducted research in temperate and subtropical climates and places a strong emphasis on integrated pest management, IPM, which can be applied to commercial or home garden and workforce production settings in any environmental conditions. Melanie is also the state fresh produce safety specialist with expertise in water quality management. Thank you, Melanie. All right. So now food safety area. Actually, Melanie is part of this too. But anyway, let me introduce two more people in the food safety area. Dr. Sanya Irish. Okay, so Sanya is associate professor in human nutrition department of human sciences and food safety state specialist. She's a specialist for food safety, so that she has an extension appointment with our college. The focus of Sanya's research is on food safety, reduction and prevention of food safety risks among food handlers and consumers. Of special interest is microbial safety of fresh fruits and vegetables, including contamination with Listeria monocytogenes, Salmonella species, STEC, etc. Sanya investigates transmission and dissemination routes and interventions to prevent and reduce risks of contamination of fresh produce and other foods within the food systems approach in hydroponic fresh fruits and vegetable production. Sanya's research provides novel food safety interventions to eliminate foodborne pathogens and innovative approaches of knowledge transfer targeting specific populations within our overall goal of improving health and wellness. Sanya developed a good agriculture guide for hydroponic producers. Sanya delivers food safety courses and lectures to hydroponic community. And then the next person is Beth Shacklehoff. Shacklehoff Beth is an extension educator with OSU Extension since 2005. Beth served both ornamental and hydroponic growers in Ohio through a variety of outreach efforts, programs, and grant-funded projects. Beth currently focuses her time in training producers on produce safety practices, as well as agriculture and pesticide safety issues. So Beth, Sanya, and Melanie, three of them are what I call dynamic trio in food safety, produce safety. They could do a training program, they could do lectures together. And actually they did for the last year's greenhouse management workshop at Worcester. Wonderful, wonderful capacity we have helping hydroponic and then CEA industries. Thank you very much. All right. So the next is entomology. So I'd like to have Luis Canas here. All right. So Dr. Luis Canas, he's an associate professor and extension specialist in entomology. Dr. Canas is nationally and internationally recognized as an expert in the management of insect pests that attack plants in controlled environment. He has more than 20 years of experience. Luis' research provides applied solutions to problems caused by thrips, whiteflies, and mites, among others. Luis' area of expertise include insect management using insecticides, biological control agent, biodemography, insect-plant interactions. Currently, Luis is interim director of international programs in agriculture at Ohio State and Zamorano alumni president. Wonderful capacity. I always look up and then rely on Luis' expertise to get, advice and strategies for greenhouse pest management. Thank you, Luis. All right. Now, lastly, not least, we have engineering faculties. Engineering is obviously very important area for controlled environment agriculture. We have 3 members in this category. First is Dr. Peter Ling. If we have any engineering faculty in the, here you go. All right. Dr. Peter Ling is associate professor and an extension specialist. He got bachelor degree and master degree in agricultural engineering from Texas A&M and a PhD in mechanical engineering from also Texas A&M. So he is an expert of automation, robotics, control system. Recent research projects he's working on include greenhouse intelligent sprayer, and also greenhouse humidity management and control, food production systems for NASA, space travel funded by NASA, and then energy harvesting greenhouse. I believe this is for electricity. Wonderful, wonderful projects he have. And then in terms of education extension program, he has currently focusing on greenhouse engineering technology curriculum at ATI, which is again 2-year program to offer associate degree. And then he's the main organizer of our annual greenhouse management workshop. This year, this workshop is scheduled in January 27th to 29th, all online. Access can be up to March 15, if I remember correct, Peter. And that's online. So the lectures available for that if you are interested. All right, the next person is Dr. Darren Drury. Darren is assistant professor in the Department of Food, Agricultural, Biological Engineering. Hi, Darren. Darren is a core member of the Translational Data Analytic Institute and holds a secondary appointment in the Department of Horticulture and Crop Science. So he understands very well about plant physiology in addition to all the good technology and engineering. Prior to joining the OSU, Darren was a scientist at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in both the climate physics and the carbon cycle and ecosystems groups. Darren's research spans terrestrial remote sensing and modeling and simulation of vegetation. Darren's broad research goals include the integration of state-of-the-art remote sensing technologies with advanced biophysical simulation tools to quantify crop responses to climate. Darren's research or recent work has included applications of model-assisted crop design and high-throughput phenotyping. So all the advanced technologies and sensing. Thank you. Now, the last person, but not the least, Dr. Cale Harvick. Cale is I think, newest addition in Ohio community of CEA, academic or research community. Cale is a research agricultural engineer for the USDA ARS, the same unit as Jennifer and James, Application Technology Research Unit, ATRU. Prior to working at ARS, USDA, Cale's background included teaching and program management in energy and research in robotics and aerospace. His research, his current research interest focus on engineering aspect of CEA, such as energy modeling, optimizing control systems, and developing new sensor platforms in controlled environment. Current university collaborations include Cornell University, Colorado State, and University of Georgia. Welcome, Keo, to Ohio. All right. Now, I'd like to show some of the examples of ongoing collaborations. Probably not all of them, just I sampled some of them as far as I know. Many collaboration going on, and then more collaboration opportunities I can tell. But something like hydroponic food production, technology development, management of nutrient solution, or root zone environment, usage of microbiome or understanding microbiome, using beneficial microbial additives for controlled environment, soilless system, or hydroponic system even, high tonal crop research, energy saving protocol, crop production, quality enhancement in that kind of semi-controlled environment system. And then I think some of the new collaboration efforts include smart greenhouse usage of artificial intelligence, monitoring and modeling. So that's also a new area of research. And then we do collaborate workforce development. All right, thank you everyone so much for being part of this effort. All right. So this is the last portion of this program. And then I like to introduce Jennifer Hedder to be the presenter of this program. So this is a CEAC industry membership partnership program. So OHCEAC is open for membership for industry members in addition to academic members. And then Jennifer Hedder is the Director of Development of our college, Office of Advancement. So Jen, if you'd like to.
Sure, welcome everybody. Yeah, so there will be industry memberships along with the academic side. And so I'd like to go over some of the contribution levels, which would be part of our sponsored programming. And you know what some of the benefits are for these benefits. We have 3 levels. So let's go to the first slide. So the foundational members, these are partners that will provide contributions in the amount of $105,000 over 3 years, and that would be per company. And so this level clearly is the one which affords the most in terms of access to faculty partners and research projects, as well as voting rights on some of those research projects. The standard membership is $15,000 per year per company, and the associate membership is $2,000 per year per company. So I'll go through a little bit of what each of these are. Dr. Kubota and I will be more than happy to talk with you individually offline about your interest in moving forward at one of these levels. So first of all, with the foundational membership benefits, what sets this apart primarily is there's a formal consent agreement with the Ohio Center. And that's a contract that is agreed upon by both Ohio State and the company. And it's an individual contract with each company. This company would have voting rights on research priorities for center funded research. So all of the contributions go into a pool of money that the faculty partners, along with the members, decide on research projects going forward. And then that's where the voting rights come in. Secondarily, the the foundational members will have access to the research results and intellectual property from center-funded research. And that'll be more outlined within the contracts that go through. So then those are the three areas that really set the foundational memberships apart. All of them will have access to networking events with center members and center-funded students. One other thing for the foundation members, we will have, let's go to the next slide. The foundational members will have free registration for center meetings, events, and symposia. Free registration will not be offered to the other two levels. Foundational research, as well as the standard and associate memberships, will have opportunity to develop contract research projects with student support and also recognition level on our any kind of media we have, web pages, event announcements, research, newsletters, and reports. Of course, these recognitions will be different for each level. And that'll be outlined when we have our discussions. So let's go to the associate membership. This will be providing support to the center, and you'll have the invitations to the center meetings and events and symposia with a reduced cost for attendance. And then you will have access to networking events with center members and center-funded students, and then also opportunities to develop contract research projects, and then recognition as well. And so finally, for the associate members, the last slide, this at the $2,000 per year, of course, that your support will be part of the percent of the support for the center. These companies will also have opportunities to develop contract research projects and also be recognized on our in our media and website. So these funds will be used primarily for research. 80% of the funds will be used for research, with the majority of the funding going towards student support, and 20% to be administrative support for the OHCEAC. Let's move on.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jen. At this point, I'd like to have questions. Any questions, please write up in Q&A. So hopefully we can do a lot more good things in terms of research, education, and extension through this function of OHCEAC. OHCEAC, again, is a group of scientists who do collaborative research. So it's a group of people. And then together with the facility, I think we can do a lot of things. All right, if you don't have any more questions, maybe we can close this kickoff, because you have a busy time also. I really want to thank everyone being with us to share this important event. If you have any questions, come up with additional questions, please email me. Then we will answer your questions. My email address is kubota, Kubota, kubota.10@OSU.edu. So please ask any questions. And if you're interested in membership, faculty membership, or industry membership also, please contact with us. Thank you very much. Have a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Thank you.